Good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of the Extreme Truth Podcast. We really want to thank everybody that tuned in last week. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of views. So we really appreciate you all for tuning in and spending some time with us. Same thing this week. We got the same crew. We got our usual cast of characters. We got DJ Just D.
Good evening, everyone.
James the Icon Grant.
Good evening, everyone. Extreme Truth is about to go down.
And we got legend Damian Simmons with the shades on.
Good evening, everybody. I'm the only jackass wearing shades at night, but trust me, I'm good. I can see.
You about to have a...
Trust me, I almost was a jackass with you.
That's right.
That's the incense. You got some incense over there?
Yeah. We got some natural incense in here.
Woo! Oh yeah.
All right. Let's start things that we do every week with current events. First thing we're going to get into is, for all of us that are here on the East Coast, we got a hurricane coming. We got one that'll be here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. with winds up to 55 miles an hour. So women, if you got cheap wigs, tie them down. If you got furniture outside, tie it down. If you got little kids, don't take them outside unless you're trying to get rid of them. So please be safe. What y'all gonna be doing for the hurricanes?
Shit, well, unfortunately, by the time tomorrow when the shit gets real, I'm supposed to be in downtown Manhattan, and already they done started putting things down there because they learned from Hurricane Sandy all the shit that happened. So they just trying to be prepared. So they setting up shit. So hopefully, you know.
You froze. Looks like Icon setting up a pose.
Egotistical bastard. Look at him. Stop your posing, bro. We doing the show again, bro.
Hold on. I gotta hold on. Yeah, let me fix my situation over here. Let me fix
Icon over there looking like, hold on.
He hit the quick model like boom, magnum.
Nah, my sit. Hold up. Give me a second, fellas.
Yeah, the Zoolander going on for a second, like.
Icon, we'll let you. Oh, he froze again. All right, so DJ Just D, what you think of this hurricane doing?
All right, bunker down. I got food. I'm good. As long as my cable stay on, I'm good. So.
All right, legend Damian Simmons.
Soon as this show is over, I'm going out to go get what I'm gonna need for tomorrow. So I got a small team together. We headed out as soon as we get up there.
Okay, I'm moving now. I'm good. All right.
Cool. The Instagram back. Go ahead, Icon.
No. What I was trying to before I got stuck. That in Lower Manhattan, they just setting up, for the storm to come. Try to set more barricades and shit. So we'll see what happens. We know that Lower Manhattan got messed up from Hurricane Sandy. People was actually floating. So we'll see what happens.
So at the end of tomorrow, it's going to be a lot of tumbleweeds flying around.
Yeah, because I think this storm came out of nowhere, right? Like it was coming, but it wasn't supposed to hit us. I don't think we were supposed to get any of that at first.
No, it was.
In the last 24, 48 hours, it changed or mutated or whatever the hell.
Well, no, it was supposed to. Winds weren't supposed to be this strong. The winds increased. It was supposed
to. They got stronger. They got stronger on the way up here.
Yeah, so we just got ripped a new one by this wind. So, put it to you like this: we're lucky schools aren't open right now because schools would definitely be closed right about now.
Right.
And speaking of, what do you all think about them opening schools?
I probably will.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Opening back up schools, bullshit.
Yeah,
that's a dangerous move. And I know I'm the one without kids, so I know a lot of them can't wait to send your damn kids back to school. But I'm talking all jokes aside. They don't even have a plan.
No.
You know what I mean? So this is the reason why cases keep rising, because they keep opening up shit. So it's not like we got a cure. We need to work, first of all, on, like, you know what I'm saying, getting something close to a damn vaccine or something close to like a game plan where this shit is prevented other than just staying in the house.
Yeah.
I get, you know, if somebody said that there was some type of plan already in place. Once we get these kids back, that's fine. What they can do, treat the same with the barbershop? Come on now. We know they're kids.
Yeah. And what's so bad about it is a school district in Indiana opened up last week, and already and a student have COVID.
See, that's the whole point I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I have like a close friend. I have several friends, but one in particular who's a school teacher, and she was just telling me about the plan that they had as far as how they were going to split things up and this, that, whatever. Nah, that just sounds like, hey, you know what I mean?
It makes no sense to split it up. It makes no sense to split it up because that's still messing with, like I said, I got 2 young ones in school and my oldest son. And I'm like, I don't know how they're doing it in North Carolina, but up here it's like, it makes no sense because send them to school for half a day and then they only basically going to school for 1 day. So you might as well just leave it closed and keep it moving.
Right. And with my friend, her children, she's a teacher. Her children goes to the same school.
Oh, wow.
So, like I said, the way they were talking about with schedules, she was like, I can't do it. Like, I wouldn't even know how to do it.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of people's situation. Like I said, I don't think they're thinking about everything in general. They're just trying to make people happy or this, and I get it, because kids need to socialize. Like, I really don't like this part of what's going on with us. Like, adult society, whatever, these kids are not used to. Thank God, they're more used to staying in the house than we are. Back in the day, we always was outside. We didn't have all the electronics and tablets and all this other shit and Fortnite and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? So thank God they're used to that. So this isn't affecting them as much. But that's where we was just not too long ago before this happened, trying to get them to get off their computers and go outside and be social with people.
It's so fun. This was us. We'd have been walking up, Rona, rubbing it on people and everything like that.
Pretty much.
It's scary because, we can't even get adults to wear masks. You mean to tell me you're going to get a first grader to wear a mask all day? It's not happening.
See, here's the scariest about the situation. First, I would like to give a shout out to one of my boys. He's watching, Christopher Sterling, on his break. That's what I'm talking about. You want to get some extreme truth on his break. Yo, that's what I'm talking about. But moving right along. What's scary about it is the kids is the ones that aren't showing no symptoms and could be spreading it. All right. For example, I have a friend, right? Now, she one day got sick, hauled ass, and found out that she got coronavirus, right? They took her 2 kids because she was in a hospital. When they found this out, she called, she said, listen, take my kids to my parents' house. All right. So the kids go to the grandparents' house, right? Kids have no symptoms or nothing, right? Almost like a week and a half later, guess what? The damn grandparents had caught coronavirus from the kids who just being kids and showing no symptoms. So this is going to be a real task for a situation where we have a president who got no plan. He's trying to downplay what's really going on in America. As of right now, as I'm checking, because I have my notes here. You know what? Shit, I don't have those notes. Those notes disappeared. But if I'm not mistaken, we have over 155 cases, over 4 to 6 million people dead. I apologize if I'm a little off.
You're 155,000 cases. 155,000 cases. 155,000 dead in America. 155,000. And I think you have a million cases in this country that's rising daily.
Yeah.
So scary. It's scary. I mean, I know people that had symptoms. I know people that had no symptoms that had it. I know people that died that had it. I know someone that went from healthy to sick to dead in 2 weeks. So, it's scary. And, you're putting these kids in danger. And unfortunately for the parents, they might not be able to afford to keep their kids home every day. Unfortunately. So, it's a dangerous situation. I really feel for these kids. I mean, luckily, I don't have any kids that I know of, but if I did have any that I knew of, I definitely would not let them in school right now.
So of all the kids that you know of, or you might know of, what, 50-50, 30-30, what we looking at?
Hey, as of right now, barely anybody has come to me and told me they have a kid with me.
Barely anybody.
Barely.
So somebody touched the surface of the motherfucker.
I mean, one girl, she gave the baby my last name, and she swear the baby looked like me, but it ain't mine.
Wait.
Pause. Flag on the play. Hold on. Are you sure?
I'm positive. I wasn't with her that night that she said I was with her. I was with her the next night, so I'm good.
False start. You really just said that, man.
So I'm good. So like I said, I don't have any kids that I know of, so I'm fine.
I'm not sending moms back. I already discussed the discussion already. I'm not sending the moms back.
I mean, it's so funny. I know somebody who has like 11 kids. The girl who I went to the prom with, she has 11 kids.
Are you sure one of them's not yours?
Yeah. Hey, dude, I'm at least 65% sure. 65 is packed.
65%.
No, it's not. Me and her never messed around like that I know of. Before we go to there is one thing I do have to acknowledge that is kind of a serious thing. We lost 2 giants in the civil rights over the weekend. Well, sorry, over the past 2 weeks, we lost C.T. Vivian and Representative John Lewis. That's a huge, huge loss for the culture. Not just for the culture, but for the world. You know, he was really on the front lines. You have a lot of guys that go out there and they talk about, you know, the change that they're making and all these things that they're doing, but he actually went out there and did something. He was out there getting his head beat in. He was out there protesting. He was out there marching, and then still accomplished a lot, still went to college, graduated college, you know, became a member of the Senate, helped to get the Voting Rights Act approved. So he's a huge, huge loss. And for that, I just have to say, you know, thank you to Representative Lewis and rest in peace.
Awesome. Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Hold on, let me just cut in. Green Ivy, put your situation on mute. Okay, continue. Oh yeah, it was. I'm sorry, Damien, what you saying?
I said salute.
Nah,
I was saying salute, Mr. Lewis. I mean, you know, it wasn't expected, but it's around around our generation time we start losing the major figures. So.
This is the time for us to step up as a generation. You know, there's an old saying that he had. It said, if not now, then when? If not us, then who? That's one of the realest. So it's really on us to step up and carry on his legacy.
Yeah. I mean, just for America in general, just American history in general. I mean, I can remember one day on one of the Capitals it was him and Cory Booker. They were sitting on the steps, and it was just, and then and Cory Booker just put it on his Facebook page, and he was just talking with just them two, and then like within 7 to 8 minutes, they had a big crowd because, you know, even though he wasn't like aggressive, but the words he said was powerful, his presence was powerful, and you know, once he was talking, you know, you was getting some type of knowledge and blessing.
Definitely.
But my thing is, my whole point of that Trump didn't even show up for it. That's crazy. That speaks a lot. That speaks volumes right there. I've never seen a president not go to a congressman's funeral at all.
Well, if you notice, with a lot of the people that have passed away recently, Trump either wasn't invited to the funeral or didn't show up. I mean, I understand
either was this is a congressman. You got to show up for this.
Yeah, well, I mean,
at least show up to the viewing. He didn't even go to the viewing, which was in the Capitol, which is down the street.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, and I don't even care, to be honest with you. He probably would have went there and made it something fucking foolish anyway. So
yeah, he would have
put his ass home in the White House up the street.
He probably would have said, you know, when John Lewis knew me, you know, he was in awe of who I was and the many things I accomplished for civil rights. So,
That
you know
sounds
what?
like him.
But you know what? I realized about Donald Trump.
Man.
We
See,
can't.
I couldn't be in that crowd.
You said what?
I threw a shoe at his ass. I pulled a straight bush. Fuck you, man.
Well, you know,
That size 13 Tim come out his ass.
but you know what the thing about Trump? Pretty much all he is he's a Facebook social media clout chaser. He's not really a leader. He's somebody who happened to luck into a job, but he's a clout chaser. You know, he talks about he's so big and bad, he's so tough, you know, but he doesn't even have the courage to show up at the funeral of someone who used to pretty much punk him all the time.
Well, I don't think for him, I don't think it was him having the courage to go. I just think deep down inside, he was like, I ain't going for his black ass.
Yeah.
Straight up.
You know what's so funny? But this is what's so funny. He has so much to say about Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, and George Bush. All three of them were there. He didn't show up. If you ever notice, he always has a lot to say about them, but whenever those three or any one of them in any one location, he doesn't show up. He really, you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of those guys that's on social media that's talking about, I'm the biggest, toughest guy in the world. Yeah, I'll beat anybody up there. Oh, you know, dude, man, you talk about this down the street. All right, well, I'm going to stay in this house because, you know, I got rice cooking. And, you know, I can't put rice out while it's cooking. And I know clout chasers out there. We all know a lot of them act like Superman or super thug or superwoman on Facebook. But when you meet them in real life, you know, they're pussycats, cowards.
Exactly.
You know, I know of one that used to always have a lot of mouth. He used to always talk about how he was the biggest, toughest guy. Nobody could ever fight him. And he ran his mouth to an older woman. Her sons came to fight this guy. This guy went and took off running. And then somebody came out to help him out to even up the fight. He pushed them outside and locked the door. And on social media, this guy talks about, yeah, I'm the biggest, toughest guy. Nobody could beat me. My position is solidified. And I'm pretty sure we all know people like that every day you just kind of want to say, dude, I know you in real life. I know you. I've seen you run. I saw you ducking like, are they gone yet?
Yo, back, well, you know, I was born and raised in Newark, so back in my day, you know what I'm saying, you had a few of those, you know, that would like pop shit and didn't haul ass.
Yeah.
But then you had some.
You always had that one dude that was about it.
Yeah, you had that one dude who was just chilling, and they didn't. And then, you know, he wasn't the one that looked crazy or looked like a thug or, you know, and they'll fuck with him. And then all the secrets that they didn't know about that nigga came to that nigga.
This nigga walking down the street with a shotgun. Oh, shit.
He decided to show up to a fight with a stick with a grenade, like, yo, who won it? Yeah, I mean, it's so funny because, I mean, it goes different ways too. You know, there's a lot of some of these women that's out there that, let's just say, were friendly with the fellas. And they get on social media talking about, I'm a one-woman man. I'm a one-man woman, and, you know, I'm so loyal. I know of one. Woo! Very.
Oh, we're about to touch it to a subject I need to go into.
About to get touchy. We set up for this shit.
Okay, so.
Oh, yeah.
This person crew quite often. And the crew enjoy being friends with this person. This crew introduced this friend to other friends. So it's funny, you go on social media and you see this person talking about, yeah, I'm pimping all these dudes are chasing after me. And this person that I know of had the nerve to see a picture of themselves with the crew and say, oh, I didn't know those guys. Those guys meant nothing to me. They used to chase me. Now, would I be wrong if I started pulling out tapes or pictures?
That almost sounds like the Jimmy Cam. Isn't that what you used to call it? The good old Jimmy Cam?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't want them to see me.
I mean, I know, you know what? I know a few women, and I'm not trying to talk bad or body shame women, but some of the women that I know was probably way over 300 pounds. And, you know, and it was weird. And like guys used to like hanging out with her because she had a cool ass personality.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? All the fellas is like, you know, giving her nothing but love, right? Then all her other friends looking at her because, you know, she's, like I said, she was over 300 pounds. So all her smaller friends was like, damn, you hanging out with all those guys? She was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They all, then, you know, they all of a sudden she tried to flip it. It's like, come on, man, come on.
Yeah.
You know, when guys be nice to women, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We show them love.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden they turn around and act like they don't know us. Then you know, some of us who are ignorant be like, you fat bitch. I'm not saying that is right. I'm just keeping it.
I'm ignorant. Yeah, I'm ignorant.
Yeah, what ignorant people do. You fat bitch, fuck you. Then all of a sudden the guy's fat shaming. Mm-hmm. But, you know, not knowing what the woman who was 300 pounds did. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up.
You know?
That's not fat shaming. I'm going straight at your personality. I ain't talking about how big your ass is unless you're going for me. You going for my throat, then I'm going to go all the way in. Mm-hmm. But if you being a total snob and snotty and shitty, then I'm gonna be twice that plus some.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like I said, it goes to that everybody they're fronting for social media. They try to act like they're the biggest, toughest, whatever, and half the time they aren't.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Shit, I know some that would do the whole crew. And then go on social media and diss the whole crew. Like, where do they do that at?
Right. Right out loud. Just what I was about to say. Where they do that at? You know what I mean?
But one subject I want to talk about, and I think that us men deal with it, especially if some of us guys is on the dating scene and we looking to, you know, meet a nice looking female. And this is a problem that's been going on for quite some time. And this is the motherfucking makeup. Okay? Let's get down to this motherfucking makeup.
Are we talking about pancake face?
I'm talking about pancake face.
You're talking about pancake? Oh, shit.
Okay, listen, women. Now, me, okay, I deal with models. I love women. I even love when women do that cute little eyeshadow and stuff like that. So I'm not saying women can't wear makeup. We're not saying that you can't. We understand. You want to clear up some blemishes and shit. But when it comes to the point that you just change your fucking identity, oh, motherfucker, we got a problem. All right?
That's called a Decepticon, bro. That's a straight Decepticon.
Yo, real talk.
It's when you know you see it in the club as one person, then you go home and you see the whole other person outside that whole mask. It's like full Decepticon. Like, damn. Mm-hmm. Like, did you just really do that? Like I don't care about the makeup, but I'm the type of person. Let me see you without that first, so I know exactly what I'm getting into.
Mm-hmm. Like a whole nother person.
Yeah, a whole nother person.
I know. I got one time. Black lady on it. She was doing her makeup. By the time the train ride finished, she was a Latin woman. Complexion changed, eyebrows changed, eyelashes changed. I walked past it 3 times. I didn't realize it was the same person.
Yo, one time, right? I legit met a woman face to face, saw her face, was like, damn, right? So we was talking, we met, exchanged numbers, we started talking. So one day I tried a video call her and she's like, no, I don't got my face on. I say, girl, I'm gonna have to see what it is in your way. May, When I saw her fucking face, I was like, it was like it was a total different person. The chick that I was about to take out to eat, that I was about to spend my money on, was a dime piece. Man, time she took that makeup off, man, she looked like she used to be a damn crack addict. It was crazy.
I'm so sick and tired of hearing this bull.
What was that?
Wait a minute.
Hold up.
Don't mute me. No, not mute me. I'm so sorry, guys. My name is Nosa. I cannot hear no more of this bullshit.
Yes.
The guy with the fake dreads on. With the fake beard on.
Yes.
The 8 baby mamas. Talk about them.
Yes. Okay, yeah. we are, but we're going to talk about no. We're going to get there. We're going to get there, Queen. But you know what? We're going to get to where it originated from. It originated from the women. Women put on the fake hair, put on the fake lashes, put on this. Now you got the guys and shit. I seen a guy on the internet. All this was bald, my nigga. All this was bald. By time this dude got finished with the chip, this nigga had a fade, had hair up top, the whole nine.
Look like he had a helmet on his
head. But then again, I'm like, hell, women trick us all the time. So hell, women cannot get mad. I know it's crazy, but y'all cannot get mad.
And I would love to know exactly how they feel about that. Yeah, I seen it with this. I'd have seen it with the beard was first. They experimented on getting the fake beards.
Yeah, they had the beard first.
Yeah, shit like I hate this.
Had that Beijing all up on the goddamn face, burning their damn skin.
Right.
I know what
they started doing the eyebrows, and now they're doing the damn head. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, not like.
And no fake hair. How can you get mad at a fake beard when women got on fake everything? A nigga can't have a fake beard?
You men like that shit though. You guys like it.
What? Ooh. Like what?
The hold on. The hair down to the ass, the Brazilian hair, all that good stuff. You know that shit.
Hold on. Let's keep it 100. Okay, check this out. If you could have the Brazilian hair and have the lashes, but still look like you, then I'm good. But if your ass look like another bitch from South America I never saw before, I mean, of course. Yes, if you could put all that on and still look like yourself, I'm good.
But like I said,
I respect your point, but let me just chime in one last time.
Go ahead, girl.
True or not true? All you guys, true or not true? When I see a fake, juicy, soft ass, aren't you guys not looking?
If it's fake,
aroused?
Hold on.
Okay, so
I got this one. First of all, you could tell this fake ass fucking asses out here because one, if they ain't matching the hip to leg ratio, something ain't right.
Yep. Right.
If this bitch, I'm sorry, excuse me. If this queen looking like a goddamn toothpick is walking, I can't do it. That's first and foremost. Second of all, I'm not sitting up there trying to follow. It's too much. It's too much.
Mm-hmm.
It's some chicks out there just go overboard with it. Like it's like everybody like it. Like now, to be honest, some men don't like all that shit.
Like Nicki Minaj, you might hit it one time and it deflate.
So no, you can't just say we see that. Yeah, it's like enough is enough. It's certain things that we do like, but it's like it depends on the man. It depends on how you see things. But you can't say if we see that on any other chick, it's like if it don't look to me, if it don't look right, I ain't talking to you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something. All right. And now and pay attention. Most chicks, most women who get the fake ass, right? We talk about the crazy fake ass and shit. You're gonna if you pay attention, most of them can't keep a man. Why? Because when a man is hitting that big ass, fake ass, it feels like they fucking a couch. So what do? They go and find a natural chick because we like how a natural ass feel. Okay? So yeah, visually to some of us, I mean, I seen fake bodies and visually, I was like, God damn. Yeah, visually, but shit, I don't want to be fucking a couch. I mean, to me, and anybody that, you know, really get that shit done, that's cool. To me, like, I will probably just like seeing some of that shit, because some of that shit I don't like, some of the shit I do. I'll just like seeing some of it at the strip club. It's just for a show. Like, that's it. It's like, I don't take it seriously. What about y'all?
Yeah, same here. I don't really take it seriously. Because, I mean, like you said earlier, you hit it one time, it feel like you hit the brick. Then you scared it might pop, she might die. You got a homicide on your hands. It ain't worth it.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they be doing that shit in somebody's attic or basement and shit. You start busting it down, all of a sudden you start leaking and shit. It's crazy, man.
But did you hear lady? She got some cheap doctor in a hotel room. He shot her up with concrete.
That's years ago.
Yeah.
That's years ago.
I don't even know how that happens. Like,
that was years ago. That's when they started really doing it. Like cats really like paying girls really go get that stuff done in freaking hotel rooms.
but who want to feel in a concrete ass? Like,
Well,
we thought that was going to catch on? That's disgusting.
Nah, see, I think once that shit happens, they have a fucking sickness. If you willing to put anything concrete anywhere in your fucking body because you just want to have it, you're stupid.
You mess around, smack her ass, you break your hand if you smack her ass, so it ain't worth it.
Remember talking about you're gonna fuck, you go, all right, let me get this back. Fuck out of here. Let me get this back. Because you ain't like, killing me with you ain't beating my ass with that ass.
But
walking around like, why my hip hurt? I don't know.
But yo, we're going to change gears, but before we do, just for the guests, we're going to have a Q&A, questions and comments at the end of this, all right? That we can keep our pace going.
All right, cool.
Next, let's get ahead to sports. You said what?
Oh,
sports? Say my appreciation for the question.
First off, I already know where you want to go, but we're going to go to baseball first. Okay. Anybody who likes the Mets, they got this guy, Yoenis Cespedes. He was the best player on the team. They went to the dude was supposed to play yesterday. They couldn't find him. They go to the locker room. They can't find him. They go to this dude's hotel. Can't find him. They think he's missing. They call the police, call security, and they're like, yo, man, where's he at? Where's he at? The dude wanted a new contract. Didn't get a new contract. So he called the team and said, by the way, I went back home to my country. I'm afraid of COVID.
You sure he's the best? I don't think the best move like that. You sure he's the best?
I think he was like, no.
He's like, I got shit to do.
He's like, no, I'm going home. I got time for this shit.
Players that's testing positive right now. You got a lot of players. You got some, who's it, the coach of the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles. He just tested positive for COVID. You got a lot of players in the NFL that's testing positive. You know, all it takes is one player from the NBA to test positive. That's going to shut that down.
Mm-hmm.
Dude that was at the strip club because he liked wings last week. It was one of them guys from the NBA. He now has to quarantine because they think
all the guys from the NBA. We're going.
Nah, last week one of the players snuck out of the camp and went to the strip club. They got him on tape getting a lap dance. He said he went there to get wings because he said they make good wings.
Yeah. You know what? Strip club does make the best wings, man.
Everybody keeps saying, I don't know if I'm going to trust that.
I'm not,
right.
Yeah, I'm good.
I ain't in there for no 6-piece when I'm at the strip club.
I get one beer and I'm looking around for the rest of the night. I'm not doing I'm not ordering food.
I went to a strip club, he had a buffet, and I was just like, I'm good.
Nope.
Nah,
ass around my food.
Club Wet in Belleville. during the day, not at night. You don't want to eat shit at night, but during the day.
During the day, yeah.
Shit.
You just be randomly hanging during the day, going on your lunch break.
All right, move right along. Move right along.
Yeah, exactly. I plead the fifth.
All right, so let's get to the pressing sports issue that I know everybody wants to get into. It's official. It's been signed. It's the day before my birthday. Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones. The fight everybody wanted to see 30 years ago.
Look, I just watched the whole thing of his career from '89 to the very last fight.
Oh, Roy Jones?
No, Tyson.
Okay.
I'm sorry. If he's this old and he still got it, he still got it. Ain't nothing else he could do. That little talk he had with Sugar Ray Leonard, that man he got to get that out of him. He mad.
He gonna get it out by beating it out of Roy Jones Jr. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna get it out of him, Mike.
Oh, but how old is Roy Jones? 50 what? 7? 51?
Mike's 54.
Damn. At the age of 51, you agreed to get hit in the face by Mike Tyson.
Again.
And you know what?
I guess there's no better way to go. You know what I'm saying? Because he was just boxing up to when? Last year? 2 years ago, Jones Jr.?
Yeah,
Right,
2018.
So no better way to go out, I guess. He's going to get paid like a motherfucker, so he ain't got to worry about working anymore, coming out of retirement.
No, it's the exhibition, bro. But either which way, I'm not fighting Mike Tyson for no exhibition money.
I get it. I mean, Mike still hits hard.
If I'm about to get knocked retarded, I want my family to be well off. Damn that.
Yeah. I mean,
if I got one finger moving after this fight, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, but this fight is going to generate a lot of money. But these guys could really make some big money off of this.
But they got some really good sponsors this year. They got they being sponsored by Life Alert, AARP, Geritol, that diabetes guy for life insurance. They're being sponsored by them. They got some really, really good sponsors.
Mike Tyson is selling the fight, not Roy Jones. Mike Tyson is selling this fight.
I'm pretty
sure.
You
know what I'm saying?
I have
and and this type of Mike Tyson is way more advertising than the old Mike Tyson. And the old Mike Tyson is still advertising.
Yeah.
As far as for advertisers.
He's still crazy. He just old man crazy.
Nah, Mike. I think he's gonna be even worse, a better fighter now than he ever was, because he's been to war, so he knows how to think. All right, I'm gonna hit. Now I'm gonna go ahead and really show what I can really do. But even after all these years,
I think he's gonna take it back to Costello days.
Well, did you hear what
take it back to McNeely days?
Did you hear what he said today? He said, "I'm willing to break the rules to win the fight."
It wouldn't be the first. It sounds like
Roy Jones
wear fucking wrestling gear in that mother. The wrestling element thing. He done already warned you. He bites your fucking ear off. He warned you.
Thank God that got hair gear for the ears. Shit.
Yeah. There you go. He should be saying.
But hey, worst come to worst, if he does get hungry and bite into Roy's ears, the other sponsor for the fight will be Metamucil, because they probably both need that to help move their bowels after the fight. Because women. And luckily, whoever wins the fight, they're gonna want to go home, go pleasure their wives. I'm pretty sure after winning a fight like that, you're gonna want to pleasure your wife. So the other sponsor for that fight will be Viagra, because they probably
waiting for him,
so they can get up and go piss in the morning. So you know what? I'm definitely looking forward to this fight.
Hold on. You telling me somebody going to get into a fight with Mike Tyson and going to do something?
Hey, you never know.
Nigga. Shit. A good dick sucker ain't going to help that fuck. Ain't going to help that shit. You got your ass whooped by Mike Tyson. Ain't no dick sucking in the world going to help that shit.
So I guess you got Mike Tyson winning the fight.
He's going home and go to sleep.
Yeah, he's winning the fight.
He's winning the fight.
He's winning the fight. I would just like to see how he fight. That's what I'm.
See the bet ain't if or when he's winning a fight. It's actually what round is this gonna go to? That's what I want to know. You know what I mean? That's the real challenge. Because we already know Roy ain't win. No disrespect to Roy Jones Jr. He did his thing. Still do his thing. You know what I mean? So fighting Mike. Sorry.
There's a different rule with this fight. For one, there's no judges, and the first man to get cut loses. Roy Jones might take it like an old school wrestler thing, have a blade in his wrist.
Wait, so these motherfuckers is having a first blood match. That's what you're saying? It's
an 8-round first blood match. Only way to win is by bleeding or knockout.
So you can get beat the fuck up and knocked down and not bleed, right? You know that's possible, right? I've done it to some people.
You can swallow his whole shit up.
Right. And then do they have to actually see the blood to win? Like I'm just trying to figure out who thought of that. Wow.
You know, he actually hit him. His whole side of his face gonna swell the hell up.
Well, you know, on the undercard of that fight, you got Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield in an I Quit match.
What?
Oh, you are a dick.
Wow. So, y'all, I'm switching over. My power just went out.
Your power went out.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
that's why I'm sitting here in the dark. I wasn't trying to fucking imitate the Undertaker as we talking about this shit. Nah.
Gotta love Piscataway, don't you?
Hold on. You didn't even get rain. Did you get rain yet? Or is it raining out there yet?
I've been hearing it. Y'all see me keep looking at it. It's raining and thundering up here.
So your power goes off before the shit even starts. Like, fuck it. Like, nigga, we're gonna shut shit down now. Fuck it. We're gonna shut it down.
Like, this motherfucker.
Right now, legend, you look blacker than 100 midnights.
Smile.
And I got shades on.
It's like Wesley Snipes after he just got off the beach.
Oh man. I swear to God, mine's go out. I'm gonna continue my portion in my car.
Oh man.
Right outside.
No, I'm still laughing off of Wesley Snipes after he just done got off the beach. I wish I would have said that shit, man.
Well, I'll write that one down. That's his name. And right after he got off the beach, I'm gonna use that shit.
But it's crazy.
Oh, it's raining.
We both know it's gonna be a crazy fight. You know, I'm just hoping it's gonna be a good fight and these dudes don't get hurt too bad.
Yeah.
That's really my hope. Speaking of crazy, it's something that Icon brought up about dating someone that's crazy or with a mental illness. Something I think we might need to talk about because we don't all been in them relationships where we either been dating somebody that's crazy or we been the crazy one. Icon, can you speak on this for me?
I apologize. Repeat that one more time.
I said we talk about being in a relationship with somebody that has a mental illness. Either somebody else crazy.
Whoa, yeah. Woo. Well, I'm your boy to talk about it. All right. One time in my life, I just kept on running into crazy motherfuckers. And I think what it is, right? I think it's me, but yeah. But some women, they the first thing I ask them is, listen, are you the jealous type? They will say no, right? Mm-hmm. And the reason I ask this, you see this, I'm a dancer. I work with models. It'd be a lot of times I probably be doing something business-wise with a bunch of women, so I don't need the headache of a woman being jealous and thinking of shit. I need her to just be confident and boom. So I let them know this. Mm-hmm. And things is cool in the beginning. And then once I start having to go to work or go to a gig or something like that, then that's when you see it, and it's like from 0 to 60 real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing probably where I start thinking, hey, is something really wrong with this person? Is because sometimes it's like you could be in a situation and it's obvious that the situation that you and this other person is fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Just arguing every day. You don't trust the motherfucker and everything. But at the same time, you won't stop messing with the dude. Mm-hmm. Not even stop messing with the dude. If the dude try to leave you, you want to hold on to him, knowing that the shit is fucked up. Mm-hmm. So in my experiences, I probably was like, I think people got, some mental issues, because I think sometimes people do. And when mental issues ain't diagnosed and then go to a relationship, you be like, why are you so fucking crazy? Why are you just, you happy the next and you mad as fuck the next, Mm-hmm. So yeah, it get to the point that, I used to run into so many crazy chicks. I'd be like, hey, you know what? I'm a on the street, psychiatric therapist out this motherfucker, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy to deal with. I know I was dating this girl, and I was in love with this girl. I was a little bit younger, but I was in love with her. And it was one day that I realized, I think this chick might be a little crazy. One day she did something. It wasn't even anything big. And she was like, aren't you mad about it? Like, no, not really. And she didn't understand why I wasn't mad. So a couple days later, she did something else. And she's like, you're not mad? I was like, no. And then she did something else, and I was just like, yo, stop doing that shit. I eventually figured out that she liked to get hit. Like, she liked for dudes to punch her in the face. That's her type. So me and her was together. I found out she was cheating on me. I actually met the dude she was cheating with. She was with this dude for 3 years. This dude beat her for 3 years. Got her pregnant, threw her down the steps, and then was like, I'm done with you. So we made some contact about 5 years later. I found out that the 3 dudes she dated after that, they all beat on her, including one of them that beat her out of her house.
Damn.
He beat her onto her own fire escape, and she had to run down the fire escape for help. Next day, she was right back with him. Yep. So some of these girls, they know what it is, and she's one of those types that's like, well, why didn't you just hit me? Because that's assault. I ain't trying to go to jail.
That's crazy. I remember one time I was talking to this one woman, and she I want to say she lives somewhere like deep in Brooklyn, and she said that I'm a nice guy, but like if she need for me to like straighten her up if she's going out of line, like she actually wanted me to like hit her. And it was like, and it was like crazy. She was like, no, I need you, if I'm talking out of line, I need you to slap me up. And and like, it's some women that go for this, like go for a guy that's extremely, I guess, dominating, and like they want a second father type shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Dame got that people's eyebrow. You got something to say about?
I met a couple of crazy chicks. I named them all after comic book villains. I got one called the Joker. I can tell you this much.
Woo!
I had to have a sidekick to help me get through that one.
Woo!
So it was just like, like I said, I mean, chick was tracking my car. She was getting mad. I was going to go see my kids, and it was just crazy. And then she accused me of doing all types of shit, calling my female friends. It was bananas.
That's crazy.
But I was just like, I had to let that go. Like, I gotta go. Yeah. That's to me. That's like, and then when I ask her about it, I'm like, yo, you that insecure about it? Why would you want me to be around, but you doing all this crazy shit? I can't do that shit. I'm out.
Yeah, I feel you. Rob, what about you? What's your view?
Yeah. Save the best for last. Listen, man. I started off dating a crazy fucking chick.
Which one?
I'm talking about the very first in life. She was a damn nut. And older than me. You know what I'm saying? A few years after we broke up down the line, I dated someone who turned me a damn nut. So it's just like a continuous cycle. Like the shit out here is crazy. You know what I mean? A woman will drive you fucking nuts to the point when you're trying to move on and you're dating other women, you're the fucking nut. You know what I mean? I have no problem admitting that half the time I'm the damn nut. I'm the crazy one. You know what I'm saying? It's just because now sometimes I'm paranoid. Sometimes you've been conditioned for certain things. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just want to be yourself and you can't be yourself because every time you've tried to be that way, you know what I'm saying? You got somebody, you know, your significant other. It doesn't matter because, like I said, this goes on either side. Or it's a man dating a woman dating a man, or I'm sure other ways too. You know what I'm saying? It's just like shit just gets really, really crazy, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And hell, my ex-fiance, the only closest I've ever come to ever being married, that woman. How much fucking nuts could she drive? Yeah, I mean, there was other things going on, but Jesus Christ. Yeah. This fucking woman, I was out for mental situations. This fucking woman I had to run out of fucking Jersey to Florida just to get my damn mind right. And trust me, dating down there for the first part wasn't any better. What is that? Hold on a second.
That's crazy. That's great. Now for the ladies, I don't want y'all to feel left out. So if y'all want to give your own little situation of dating somebody that's a little crazy, y'all can right now. I'm gonna open up for a minute.
And while we're on here, I'd like to give one big shout out to one of my mentors and one of my closest people in the whole wide world, Charlize McKinley. Thank you for joining. I love you. Okay.
Yep. Love you. Everybody, you guys are entertaining as hell. And it's very informative. You know, Grant, you a character, so I know I was going to be in for a treat. But I have a question for you guys. You guys were talking about sports, and you were talking about boxing. I'm a big basketball fan, and particularly WNBA. So I want to get your take on that Aerial Powers, Andre Iguodala situation, where he was watching the game, and he had commented. He was trying to give her a compliment, and he said that she was nice, but he referred to her as her number and not her name. So, now there's this initiative, or there's always should have been this initiative for women athletes to get equal billing. So that was like a slap in the face to her to be called a number and not a name. If you see Andre Iguodala, you know Andre Iguodala. You know Kobe, you know Shaq, you know their name. And they didn't really feel like, they were getting a respect, and they had this dialogue go back and forth, how disrespectful that is. Do you think that men athletes, and I want to talk about basketball, they really respect the women's game? I know they don't respect it in dollars, but do they respect the game?
I'm about to get in a lot of trouble right now, so I'm gonna just start it off. All right, first part. The woman that he's talking about, is she talented? Is she she one of the most popular players in the WNBA?
She's all right. I think she's not a franchise player,
but
she's good. She's good.
But calling somebody by their number isn't necessarily disrespectful. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, basketball, who's number 23?
LeBron. Michael Jordan.
Or Jordan. So, I mean, calling somebody by their number isn't necessarily disrespectful. It's more, that could be a sign of respect because you're the only one who represents that number. That could be that. In terms of equality of the women getting the same amount of money as as men's basketball, in theory, that idea is great. In theory. But when it goes down to dollars and cents, are they pulling in the same amount of money for their games, for their endorsements, for their apparel as the men's game is?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, if they're not, unfortunately, they'll never get that type of respect, or they'll never be on that level. It's kind of like if you watch football in the 80s, you had the AFL and the NFL. NFL was the top dog. And the AFL was good, but they're not the NFL. So the AFL would never get the respect of the NFL, and the AFL just had to deal with that. It was. So that's the same thing with the WNBA. The WNBA, they have some talented players. They have Brittany Griner. They have Becky Hammond retired. They had some good players, but again, if you're not bringing in that money, you're not gonna get the recognition. And what was the last thing that you said about him? Something.
Do they really respect the game? And I hear what you're saying about the money, but it is such a significant difference. They get the top player in the WNBA is getting like $200,000 a season.
Now, quick question.
The minimum player is getting like $2 million to sign on. He coming fresh out.
Okay, on average, how many seats do you think the WNBA sells for a game?
I don't know those numbers. I don't know them, but I agree with you. They're not pulling in the same money that the NBA is.
I mean, their average NBA game maybe sell out about 10,000, 15,000 tickets. The average NBA game will sell out, 800-900?
Yeah, I don't know.
Arrow, at the end of the day, it's about dunking too. Like, women don't dunk. There's nothing against them, but if men didn't dunk in basketball, the numbers in basketball will go down.
But women play defense though. Women play defense.
Hold up. Lisa Leslie dunked on a couple chicks.
Think about dunked. Think about
and at the end, I think Candace Parker did a couple things too.
Yes.
Think about it, a couple. And I mean, not to diminish their skills, because there's a lot of talented women out there that's playing ball. That really are. And I watch a WNBA game, but as a whole, people aren't going to watch it because when you think, what do you want to see when you see the NBA? You want to see somebody get dunked on. You want to see somebody get crossed up.
Right.
You want to free throw. You don't see that in the WNBA. It's not their fault, but it's just style of basketball.
Right.
So they won't see that kind of money. So I don't think it was disrespectful. Maybe he just respects her so much that she's the only person he could see wearing that number.
Okay. All right.
So I kind of fall in between both of y'all, to be honest with you. Definitely what you said, James, about, about how much revenue, like let's say the WNBA and their players pull in compared to the NBA. And that's definitely true. That's always going to be a money factor. As far as how much revenue you're pulling in is how much they're going to pay you. If they see you're making money, they're going to throw you money to keep making them money and making them more money. And you get put out there. You know what I'm saying? That's absolute truth. That is any sport, anything, that you're involved in. That's any sport. That's acting. That's wrestling. That's boxing. That's UFC. That's where a lot of them get their endorsements and everything from, and things like that. If you got the girls coming in, the women coming in on any of these sports, and there, look at Serena Williams. You think she's poor? Everybody knows her damn name, but look at her game. She pulls in people, like, you know what I'm saying? She pulls in ratings. She pulls in people in the seats, all the endorsements all over, because, the game that she brings, people want to keep up with. They want to see her. So I don't know if there's anybody in the WNBA level like that.
Now, heard it. You had a Shaniqua Holmes-Claus. You had a Dawn Staley, Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Swoops. Lisa Lobo. When it first started, you had that team, but the names haven't really kept up.
No, and I remember that because I was watching. I was really following when those names, some of those names that you say came out. You're absolutely right. And like you said, like the steam just kind of died down over the years since its interception. Now, with that being said, right? Let's go to Ms. Shalise, what she was saying. Okay. First of all, did this guy know her actual name?
No, he didn't know her.
Okay. So in that case, you can't blame him for calling her number 23. Now, this is my thing with what you're saying. If you don't brand, and y'all know I'm high on this. If you don't brand your name and things out there, then situations like that is going to happen. You're going to be referred to as a number. She shouldn't be. I don't know. Like you said, she's not all the best player, so it's kind of like not a argument. He wasn't being disrespectful. He didn't know her name. He was just giving her props.
Right.
They branded the names out there of these, especially, I guess, their best players. Because I recognize her name. That's the funny thing. I don't really follow, no disrespect, WNBA. I barely follow the NBA, to be honest with you. But I recognize the name you just said.
Right.
For some reason. And you know what I mean? Like I said, if you're not branding these people's name, your best players, you're putting their names out there, whatever, things like that are going to happen. And when that happens, where you don't know this is number 23, you think you're really going to be getting endorsements like that?
Right.
People don't even know your name. All they know is a number. You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing, where all of that, what both of you said, connects.
Okay.
Dang, Just D, Icon, you got anything?
No, I said what I said.
No.
Hold on, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was connecting to what Legend was saying about the branding. Whose job is it? Like, wouldn't it be like the establishment job to advertise the players? Like for instance, if we talk about wrestling and the UFC, one of their reasons that their women division is getting more attention is because of their advertising the women.
And because around
Ronda Rousey, plus they're advertising women more. Did the NBA drop the ball on pushing a strong advertisement? Because at one time, it seemed like the WNBA was catching some steam, and then it died down.
fell off. It's unfortunate. And it's some talented women in there, but it's they don't have publicity, and it's hard for me to watch a game with no dunking. It really is. Like, if they just played a game with nobody dunking, it was just all layups, I would turn it off in a minute.
Yeah, you lose the interest. I want to thank y'all for answering my question. I want to ask one more thing. If you have the time, if you can watch the game between now and next week, and let me know what you think.
We'll do. We're definitely gonna have a Q&A at the
Okay.
Q&A. All right. The next thing we're gonna cover is a recurring portion of our show, even though we're only on episode 2. It's Hood Classics. This is when we cover shows, movies, or things that was popular in the hood, but didn't necessarily get the mainstream attention. So whenever you looked at Siskel and Ebert, they would always give it maybe 2 thumbs down, or they would give it 2.5 stars, but in the hood, it's a classic. So the first movie is Juice, starring Tupac Shakur, Omar Epps, pretty much every rapper on Uptown Records. That's the classic. I know Juice is one of my favorite movies. It was actually filmed in my hometown. It was filmed in East New York, Brooklyn, which is where I was born. And it has one of my favorite monologues ever in a movie with Tupac, where he what was it on Omar Epps? He said, "You crazy. Crazy? You know what? First time you said that, I was kind of tripping, right? But you know what? I am crazy. And you know what else? I don't give a fuck." That's one of the best lines in a movie that I've ever heard. What do y'all think about Juice?
I think the Juice character probably inspired Loke Dog from Minister Society.
Yeah.
I just think it showed the creativity of how the Tupac can really act.
Yeah.
Know.
He did.
I don't know how much of that was acting, though, real talk. You know what I mean? I don't know how much of that was acting. I think they knew what they did when they casted that motherfucker.
Yeah.
But for Omar Epps, first of all, I just like seeing, just black people on TV. But I it's just good to see, if you think about him and Juice, I was just watching a movie of him the other night on Netflix with him and
Nia Long.
Come on. Yes, Nia Long.
Terrible. I didn't see it.
Oh, it's good. It's good. You got to see it.
Yeah, I heard it was types of movies that people were saying if you weren't going to try, just don't even make a movie. That's what I heard.
Yeah. It was a good movie. I heard that Nia Long did it. I heard that Nia Long written it, directed, and everything.
I don't know. See, Justy got the screw face on.
You didn't like it, Justy?
Yo, I've seen a lot of movies in my time. That was a waste of fucking time. Omar Epps and Nia Long, it was a waste of fucking time. Now, Omar Epps and Juice, all the roles that Omar Epps has played have been good. I haven't seen him basically do nothing really that bad. But that fucking movie on Netflix that he just threw together, because you still, if you look at it, you still see the mic in one of the scenes. It was like, yo, really? I was like, dude, it was predictable. It was too predictable. You already knew what was going to happen, when it was going to happen, how it was going to happen, who it was going to happen to, and why it was going to happen. I knew the end of it before the beginning.
Before it started.
I thought it was very entertaining. You haven't seen Mike Epps, whatever. I said Mark Epps, Mike Epps. Omar Epps. Damn, I'm getting mixed up with all the Eppses. Yeah, you haven't seen Omar Epps like really play like a villain like that. So I thought it was pretty cool.
It was pretty good. I haven't seen it, but I'm gonna just go with the opinion. The next movie is Above the Rim. This movie is an underrated, understated classic. Just look at the cast of this movie. You got, again, Tupac. You have Dwayne Martin. You have Leon, who was the black dude that was in every movie in the 90s that only black people know. Because nobody knows who Leon is. You got Bernie Mac. You got Marlon Wayans. You had a star-studded cast in that movie, and it was a great, great movie. What y'all think about it?
Yeah, it was cool, definitely. Especially seeing all those faces, before they really got to where they're going to. And that's what I love to go back and look at a lot of these over. You'd be surprised how much it was like a star-studded cast, but it wasn't looked at it then because these people hadn't gotten out there and gotten up to the success they have like today or had today before the passing. So, it was a cool movie though. It's just like with Juice, I think the same way. Like they were cool movies. You know what I mean? Something like you once in a while, you late night or whatever, you go and you catch, and it was fine. It's not something I go and look for through the video library or nothing like that. But it was cool though.
What about y'all? Just D?
Above the Rim, for the movie that it was, I liked it. I remember going to the movie theaters and seeing it with my cousins. So yeah, it was good. To me, it was good. I mean, it just went, like I said, like I do agree with Legend when he says Tupac. I think that was just part of Tupac. He was acting.
Icon?
Same way, man. One of those things. So when you think of Tupac, that's one of the movies you just think about because, and for some reason that movie don't even get talked about often. I always thought that was like a secret gem.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now the last movie, Training Day. So
my nigga.
Now hold up. Now to see Denzel go from good guy all the time to damn villain, that's when you don't expect it.
And he made you go
through the whole
movie. Don't have shit on me.
And you got that halfway point in the movie when you realize he's the bad guy. I was like, hold up.
To me, that was one of the most entertaining Denzel Washington's. To me, that's one of his top 3 entertaining movies ever.
Yeah.
I could watch that shit like once a month and never get tired of it.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
And but the I forget the co-star Ethan
Hawke.
Ethan Hawke. I mean, shit, you gotta give props to him too. You know what I'm saying? To how he be bouncing off of Denzel Washington like that. I mean, he got a lot of talent too. I mean, people be sleeping on him.
For him to be able to go through that whole thing like that was for him. For them to go back and forth, like the banter between them, like it was great.
Yeah.
And to think he's not American, he's actually British, has a British accent, did that role, and then spun around and did Brooklyn's Finest, which is like part 2 of Training Day, where he played the villain.
Yep.
So, Legend, what you think of Training Day?
Oh, absolute classic, my bro. Absolute classic. And like I was just pointing out, Ethan Hawke don't get enough credit for his role in there because that chemistry right there, it was straight on point. Like I don't know if Denzel would have been able to get it the way he got it if you didn't have Ethan Hawke feeding him that energy, back and forth. Like Denzel Washington, he's a beast. Actually, for that movie, that's actually what I used for my monologue. Like after when I started going to auditions, and they was like, "Oh yeah, you need a monologue." I damn sure did use the Denzel Washington monologue. Got me a few roles. I relate to this movie. I always say, because in real life, I had my own training day, but it was the opposite. My mother used to be very protective of me, would never really let me out with anybody, whatever. After a certain point, I don't know, I guess I gained trust. My oldest nephew, he took me out like, "Yeah, you're gonna come out with me through the day, bro." Anything and everything that you could have learned. I mean, we got into a fight. It was all sorts of liquor and weed and all this other stuff involved. So that was my training. It was the opposite of the cop. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever. But yeah, like that. This shit really happened. It's happening now. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of regards, like, with the good cop, bad cop type of thing. Everybody think about good cop, bad cop is in that interrogation room. Nah, maybe out there patrolling. I got friends, that's in the force. They tell me things. And yeah, you'd be surprised how close that is to real life in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now,
I mean,
yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I'll just once again talk about Denzel Washington. I think one thing about him is when he picked people to act with him, he just pulls the best out of whoever acting with him. If you think about Viola Davis, and to me, Viola Davis is probably one of the best female actress right now who's not getting that credit. But when she just played that scene, that movie with Denzel Washington, and there was in just the damn backyard for like the whole damn movie, but act her ass off, is like, he just pulls out of them.
Yeah, I agree. Now, before we get to the question and comment section, there's one more segment that we're going to cover that none of you know about. This segment is called "I'm Never Drinking Again."
Huh?
This segment is called "I'm Never Drinking Again."
Okay.
This is about times that we went out, got so drunk, did stuff that was so crazy that next morning we said, "I am never, ever, ever drinking again." So who wants to go first?
Okay. I'll go first. Now, in my 20s. All right. Now, legend could tell you, I'm not a drinker, right? Right. But in my 20s, it was only 2 times I would intentionally get drunk. It would be New Year's Eve, which is, and then my birthday, which is January 27th.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the only 2 times. And it was one New Year's Eve. I was doing a gig with MTV in Times Square, and I probably didn't get home till 5 o'clock in the morning. But that night, before I got home, we in a club, free booze. I'm having a rack of nothing but 151. All right, this is like 1999 or 2001. Sorry. So I have nothing but 151. So we downing 151 stupidly. Okay.
Good old 151.
All right.
Woo. You frozen again, meme face.
Oh, got the model.
We got.
Hold up, my shit went on and out. I'm back. Okay, so anyway, so then after that, I don't think I remember. Well, we went home, and in the limo, one of my dancers, she's throwing up in the limo, crazy. We get home the next day. Now at the time, my daughter had to be about, I said 2001. No, she probably was 4, so it had to be 2003-ish. Yeah, she was like 3 or 4, right? I don't know how the next day it's only me and her in the house, okay? All right? So I'm waking up with the terrible hangover ever. Now, when I get a hangover, I don't get like a head hangover. I get like the whole body shit, okay? So I'm waking up. My daughter is looking at me like, "Hey, Dad, I'm looking at her like, how are you here? Right? Right? So, so I'm like still trying to recover. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like shit. All of a sudden, my daughter's like, Dad, I'm hungry. I'm like, oh shit. Right? So I get up, right? I'm cooking or something, right? All of a sudden, as I'm cooking, I start smelling the food. And when you have that hangover, you start smelling the wrong shit. You know what's about to go down.
Yep.
So I haul upstairs, right? So I'm over the toilet, right? So my daughter at the age, like I said, she's like 4. She ran behind me, right? So she's looking at me like, is it coming? Is it coming? I'm like, this. She said, is it coming? So I start throwing up. My daughter, she's the commentator of the throw up now. She's like, oh, that's nasty. Oh, that's a big one. Oh. She grabs a phone. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm about to call the doctor. You're about to die. So, so I felt very bad that my four-year-old daughter had to see me throw up my life. It was terrible. So at that time, I said, I never do it again, Lord. And then my birthday came around.
All right, Just D.
You're
not really.
I'm not a big drinker like that. But
you want it and think about it till next week?
Nah, I got you.
This gonna be a recurring.
Nah, it's I'll save it for next week.
You said yours for next week? Okay.
Yeah, next week.
Legend.
Well, shit, I could tell you one. I could tell you a drunk legend night. Shit.
That's when we get to this segment, I'm gonna have to have Selmy tell most of the damn story.
Hey, Grant.
Yeah.
Don't forget about that blue magic.
Oh shit.
Okay, so that's next week.
No, that could be for now. Yeah, but keep going.
Oh, we gotta hold that one.
That's you.
Now that one we
got. Oh yeah.
We'll say that one for next week. Say that one next week. Let Legend get his.
Okay, I'll save that one for next week. Oh, so what you saying, Ledge? Go ahead, Ledge.
Yeah. No, I'm trying. I got plenty of nights where I said I should have said I should never ever drink again. You know what I mean?
Well, I could tell one of your stories. Shit funny.
Shoot for it. Shoot. Here we go. Shoot.
Huh?
Shoot.
You want
for it.
You give me free range?
Oh shit, no. All right now.
We want to tell us.
All right. So
extreme truth, right?
Extreme truth. Let me have a disclaimer. Legend was in his 20s, okay? All right. We're gonna have a disclaimer because he's a changed man, all right? He's a changed man.
That's so one day, most of these stories is gonna come from the 20s. I was a motherfucker in the 20s.
Okay. All right. So one day, me, Legend, and we're gonna call this one guy Mystify. Right? So me, Legend, and Mystify. We go out to this club. Now, you know what? It's a hole in the wall. It's not even a fucking club. It was a hole in the wall, right? It was a Tree Mount Lounge in Newark.
My God.
If some of y'all from
that's where most of the stories are going to emanate from the Tremont Lounge on this segment, just to let y'all know.
Yeah.
Carry on.
All right. What's the fake name I gave the dude?
Mystify.
Mystify.
And he falls off.
I'm back. So anyway. All right. So anyway, me and the dude, Mr. Cow, whatever. That's what the name I'm calling him right now. Right. He said, you know what? I'm gonna get Legend fucked up. Right? I was like, all right, so I'm gonna He's like, I'm gonna give her 151. Now let me tell you back in the day what 151 did. 151 was like, you know, Dr. Jackal, bow, Mr. Hyde. All right? A different motherfucker, all right? I said, okay, you know what? You give him that shit, your ass dealing with him. Fuck it, right? He said, all right. So guess what? It's, you know, it's Legend's birthday. You know what I'm saying? Boom, bow, give him the 151. I'm looking like, all right. Only thing I know, I heard Legend say, I'm a grown motherfucking man, right? I don't know what happened, but it was two chicks together. They probably weighed like 650, right? I don't know they was about to jump him or what, but I know once he says he's a grown motherfucking man, somebody got to get him, right? So I look over to Mr. Cow. I was like, listen, go ahead, get him. All right. And then all of a sudden, he taps him on his shoulder. Legend turns and he does the best smack and point at your ass move ever. He was like,
and of course it freezes right there.
Do it again, bro. That's how it froze in the club.
Damn, I got smacked out. He smacked his ass and pointed at him at the same damn time. I was like, God damn. So that was one of my moments. I can't remember how he calmed him the fuck down, but I remember that Mr. Cow got slapped for it and pointed at the same goddamn time.
Damn.
Just like that.
I think this is gonna be
just like that.
This is gonna be a recurring theme. See, I went last because both Icon and Legend were there for mine.
I've been there for most half.
All right, so I was 19 years old, and pretty much Icon and Legend used to sneak me into the clubs all the time because I wasn't old enough to get in. So I remember we were at Legend's house. It's me, Legend, Icon, and a certain person who shall remain nameless.
Is that Mr. Cow?
He was there too. But
it was probably Lube. Was it Lube?
It was.
It was Lube, right? We're gonna call him Lube.
We're sitting there. We sitting there. We're drinking Long Island iced teas. So we're sitting there. We're like, yo, we gonna have fun. We get in a huddle. Yo, we good? Yeah. Money? Check. Weed? Check. Liquor?
Oh God.
Condoms? Check. This one dude out of nowhere. Anal lube? Check. And be like, why the fuck you got anal lube, dog? He was like, yo, in case I meet some chick tonight. You think some chick gonna let you use that?
Real flyer.
So we like, all right, let's just go.
I should have slapped and pointed at his ass as soon as he said that.
Yo, it was like.
So, we over there riding in his truck. We still drinking on the way there. We get to the place. They're like, how old is he? I don't look my age now. Most of y'all probably couldn't even guess how old I am now. But then I look like I was 12. I was 19. Legend Icon sneaked me into the club. I go in there. I have 5 Long Island iced teas, 3 Incredible Hulks, 2 Thug Passions, 7 shots of Patron, and 5 beers.
I remember this night.
So and I remember I'm talking to some lady. All I remember saying to her was, so apparently she was walking me outside. She was trying to take me home. And 2 of my friends, Natalie and Annette, I'm actually going to use their real names. They saved my life that night because they went and saw me walking out with this girl and pulled me back in. Now, this club that we used to go to didn't have a roof in the back. So I was sitting on the dance floor while it was raining, throwing up on the ground. So everybody was like, yo, Bones, we got to go. So we go, they get me outside the car. Legend leans me up against the wall and is like, yo, Bones, stay right here. We're going to get the car. So I'm like, I hope this dude realizes I can't stand. So they leave me there and I slide down to the floor in slow motion. And I hear them talking about me. And they're like, yo, where'd Jimmy Bones go? Did he leave? And then I hear Icon say, yo, that is the best dressed bum I've ever seen in my life. And
I remember specifically saying that shit too.
I did.
shit, that's not a bum. That's Jimmy Bones. So they're like, oh shit. So Mr. Anal Lube picks me up and carries me. Like he carries me into his car, puts me in his car. We drive. He's driving me home. I get up at the Undertaker, and I'm like, pull over. I get up, throw up on the steps of the courthouse in Elizabeth in front of the police. Go home, take off my clothes in the hallway. I was living in the building at that time. I wake up the next morning. My shirt is in the hallway. My shoes are on the table, and I'm on the couch in my drawers with a wife beater on. And after that, I said, I am never, ever, ever drinking again. And that thing,
you see why when we go out, I drive, right?
The thing was the scary part about it, because I remember when you got taken away by Lou, we was like, oh shit, he's with Lou.
He kept trying to take why are you trying to take my phone? Like, is he trying to stop me from calling for help? Like,
they about to get you.
You're like Jimmy with Lou.
They go pick him up. Like, he almost knocked me over to run and pick him up off the ground and take him to the damn car. Yeah, I thought he was dying.
Move, y'all. I got him.
Yeah, man.
I know exactly. You just drunk.
I got this.
And took off. Like, I thought he was taking you to the hospital.
Healed off.
Yeah, man.
That man was reaching in that glove compartment. Shit, he told you what he brought.
I don't know. You said you woke up with your wife beater on and underwear, man. How was you
on the table, brother?
Damn, Bones, you might be part of the Me Too movement and don't even know. Damn. Damn, Bones. I feel.
Hold up. Legend, can I talk, bro?
Nope.
How many times I had to rescue you from yourself, brother?
Yo, gotta say,
we gotta rescue me from myself.
I got 2 words I can say to you. Magic Mike.
You was shot out, bro. You was shot out.
We gotta save that. So, yo, for the
guests,
we'll
save that for next week.
Will any of you be interested in doing a "I'm never drinking again" segment?
Yeah, no doubt.
Again. For the guests, not the host, the guest. It's 3 of you. Yeah, 2 of you. We're getting ready to say something. Go ahead. So going forward, you don't have to do it this week, but going forward, would you be interested in doing "I'm never drinking again"? You would.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Lorene, how about you?
I don't drink. Never been a heavy drinker, so doesn't apply to me.
Okay. And our final guest.
You're still out shopping?
I enjoy hearing the stories, but again, my limit is an apple martini and a Corona. That's it. That's where I live. But the stories are hilarious.
Thank you. Now, with that, we're gonna open it up for questions and comments. You can ask anything to any one of us. Nothing's off limits. Nope.
None.
Great. Wow. Okay. We gave y'all a free shot.
Hey.
All right.
No, somebody was gonna say something earlier, but they dropped off. And baby, dude, you didn't even notice.
No.
Somebody was about to start the Q&A session early, bro.
Yep. I noticed. I said, "Oh,
yeah, you know what I'm talking about."
But it was good. We covered a lot. We covered boxing. We covered a little bit of Trump. We covered, the faces, the faces with the makeup, with the makeup mask and shit.
If there's anything else y'all want us to cover, y'all should always reach out to us. Let's start plugging our shows because we all have multiple things that we have going on. Just D, how can people reach you? Instagram, Facebook, all that other good stuff.
I'm at DJ Just D NJ on Instagram. You can reach me. I'm basically on Instagram all day. And also the Extreme Truth pod at gmail.com.
Okay. Icon.
You can see me on Twitter, Instagram, Icon127, Facebook and YouTube, James Icon Grant, and also on Facebook and Instagram, Gyra Dance Connection, and yeah.
Okay.
And Extreme Truth on YouTube is active.
Okay. All right, Legend.
All right. First of all, thanks for everybody for tuning in. Special thanks to No Sakari. I know she's already gone right now, but I was trying to give her props when she was on here, but she was on a roll. Thank you to her, and thank you to my beautiful Toy for participating tonight as well. You can catch me. Name's Legend Damian Simmons. It is all one word on Instagram. Also, you can find me on Facebook as well, and you can Google me on YouTube, most other places. I'm definitely looking forward to next week. Tell us some extreme truth.
Yeah, and I'm James Brown. You can find me on YouTube because I do have another podcast called Fall to Rise Podcast. You have seen it. Where we cover a lot of issues that affect the Black community. It's a little bit different from this one, to say the least. We cover a lot of events that really affect the Black community that we don't talk about. Last week, we had DJ Just D on it. We were talking about daddy issues and how they affect men. So we had that one on there. This week, we have an episode about surviving the criminal justice system. So we have a buddy of mine that actually had to go through it, and we talk about how it changed his life. We do have previous episodes where we have a lawyer on. She talked about navigating the criminal justice system. We've had episodes about, am I Black enough? About, racial identity. We've had episodes about depression. We have a lot of things going on. Those episodes are all available, and you can reach me at Fall to Rise Podcast on YouTube, or you can reach me at falltorisepod@gmail.com. Before we close it out, does anybody have any other questions, comments, anything to shout out? Nope. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for enjoying Extreme Truth, and have a good night.
X baby, yeah.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.